Hey there, welcome to C&T Collectibles. I am C. Hope you're doing very well today. I had a football video ready to go, but I'd like to bring Tommy into that. We may not be able to get that done tonight. So when in doubt, you got to go with soccer and golf. So hey, don't click off too quick here. You got to cast a wide net, right? It'll only take a few minutes of your time. We're just talking about price action here. We're not going to break down the sport or anything like that. But we've got some friends who enjoy soccer, so let's help them out a little bit here. So we'll do some risers and fallers for soccer, and then we'll take a look at golf. And Card Ladder is the vehicle of choice for the charts. And for golf, I mean, there's so many different players. You've got Tiger, obviously, but Nicklaus and Palmer and Mickelson and, my boy Corey Pavin. So I expect to see a lot of great names for that one as well. So number three faller for the week for soccer is the 2018 Donruss Kai Havertz, and the trend remains down 28% for the week. Trend remains down, kind of in the middle of the range, and if it gets closer to, it looks like maybe that $60 level, that's where some buying has stepped in. But for the time being, you buy down here and you sell up here until it breaks one way or another. Number three riser for the week, Kylian Mbappe in a PSA 9, the 2018 Donruss. It's gotten hammered, but it's not, dollar terms, not the worst thing in the world, but in percentage terms, that's a move down, decent enough. And so on these big spikes down, a lot of volatility on this one here, but it's establishing a bit of an uptrend here. So again, middle of the range. And you could see some downside. I mean, it's so thin that it's really difficult to say what the next person is going to do. With a lot more volume, you'd have a little better idea, perhaps. But again, downside to maybe 40, 50 bucks, and then you've got your upside, decent upside at least. But you can see people chasing just a little bit here. Wouldn't surprise me if at least it got up a few more bucks in the near term here. But again, it's very thinly traded, so no promises either way there. But the trend is up, so keep an eye on that one. Number two faller for the week, Cristiano Ronaldo raw, and it's moving towards the bottom of the range here. So the trend remains down and it's compressing lower. But as it gets down to this area here, you've seen buying pick up in the past just a little bit here. So we'll see if that is the case again. If it breaks lower from here, then you sell, because it does argue for lower prices. But that's probably snapped up pretty quick, as we've seen in the past here. So your risk reward sets up kind of favorably on this card here, but it's not an insignificant dollar amount. So again, kind of be careful, because that trend does remain down. So you want to take some off the table here. If it broke out and held, then that's more of a indication of a better uptrend. All right, number two riser for the week, Erling Haaland, 2019 Topps Chrome Champions League. And it's at the top of the range. A lot of buying here, though. There's a few transactions up in this area here, so we'll see how that plays out. Risk reward is not favorable, but if you get a couple more and they push it to the top of the range here, then that does argue for some higher prices here. So we'll see how that goes. But in the meantime, though, the downtrend has been broken. Just a simple retest here, and there's buying is picking up here. So watch that a little bit close. I don't know if you do anything right now. Just if it comes back a little bit, then you do something, or if it goes up. But right in this area, it seems like that's the price for the time being, but who knows how that goes. Prefer to buy cards like this that are down 80% in the week rather than the ones that go up 35% in the week. So that is Lionel Messi 2006 Panini World Cup, towards the bottom of the range here. So in an area where buying has kind of stepped in the past. And so as long as it can hang on to this range here, you could see a decent pop. The last few sales just really drove it down. And so those moves do kind of get reversed in a violent fashion. So if you're able to get it in this area for whatever it is right now, then that may be a decent play. And your number one riser for the week, also Lionel Messi in the 2004 Chromo Liga something up 120%. So, and not something you really chase on that type of a move. So there's your soccer risers and fallers. Let's do a little bit of golf, and expect to see a lot of different names here. So Tiger Woods, sure, why not? Down 4% for the week here. So breaking its downtrend, flattening out just a little bit. If you're looking for this card, it seems like maybe time to give it a little bit of a harder look. Number three riser for the week, Tiger Woods, 2001 Upper Deck. This is the PSA 10, up 2% here. So this was the card that broke out, and everyone was, this is kind of coinciding with the bubble for a lot of other cards as well. It just absolutely rocketed up, but people bought all the way down thinking they were a good deal, and was never a good deal till you got kind of to this area, and then it just really drifted lower into an area where there's been a lot of buying in the past here, and so now you're starting to break out of the downtrend. And so we'll see if it can move up in a more sustainable fashion this time. But yeah, a lot of buying interest in here, and maybe that repeats itself, and hopefully the next uptrend is not 4 or 5 people, but many people. All right, number two follower for the week, Tiger Woods, 1996 Sports Illustrated for kids, down 4%, pretty flat. This might be the price. Not a lot of them, especially in this condition, because kids, and that's an expensive card, but that just might be what you have to pay at this point here. There we go, Jack Nicklaus, plus 4%, returning to this area of support here. So the trend is does remain down, but it's finding support like so many other cards, returning to the scene of the crime here. So see if we can get a little bit of a lift off in here. If it goes back into the zone, then it does argue for some lower prices overall. And number 2 follower, Tiger Woods, BGS 9.5, down 37%. So leaking below this area of support. It went up with everything else in the just like the PSA 10. Return to the, so a lot of these cards, again, they're cards are an asset class, and I think they're just pretty well correlated is what it comes down to. Whenever it's leaked below this before, it's been quickly snapped up. So perhaps this is a good price overall. And our number 1 riser for the week, 2001 Upper Deck, and the BGS 10 up 6%. Kind of the same thing here. You had the rocket up, the return to the scene of the crime, and then the drift lower. And it's just consolidating here. A lot of other things made it into this support zone, and this one hasn't as of yet. And so we'll see how that plays out. These consolidation patterns, as they go sideways, usually break in the direction of the previous trend. So this one may have a little bit of downside to go, but until that happens, you're good to go. It's still sideways, and you can kind of play that range. And if it breaks out, then that's a really good sign. But if it drops into here, that may be a better spot for that. So hey, that's what I got for you today. I hope you enjoyed. So have a great rest of the day, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.